Archangel Michael warns you someone in your family is gravely ill, and it all began after what happened last Friday. You need to open this before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, my beloved child, this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message. Archangel Michael warns you someone in your family is gravely ill, and it all began after what happened last Friday. You need to open this before it's too late. Listen, beloved soul, something has been trembling in the spirit realm. The heavens have been watching you, and not a single tear you have cried has gone unnoticed. A shift occurred last Friday, and what happened then has opened a door, a spiritual doorway that has brought with it a heavy consequence. Someone close to you, someone tied to your blood, someone who carries the breath of your lineage, is now being touched by something invisible, and it is affecting their health deeply, profoundly, urgently. You were never meant to be in the dark about this. That is why this message found you today. That is why your heart was stirred and your eyes were drawn here. Because time is thinner than you think. And the moment you finish reading this, a shift begins. Not in the distant future, not next week now. Archangel Michael speaks. The one who has stood since the beginning, the one who carries the sword of divine light and truth. His voice echoed into the sky this morning, calling out to you. It was not an accident that you felt a strange weight today, or that your thoughts kept returning to someone in your family, someone you deeply love but perhaps haven't spoken to in a while. That's not coincidence. That's a cry from their soul, reaching for you. You must understand, last Friday marked a spiritual collision. Something was said, or something was done, or something was allowed into the atmosphere of your household that should have never been welcomed. And the repercussions are now manifesting in the body of someone you care about. The symptoms are showing. The signs are unfolding slowly, but make no mistake, time is short. There was a conversation. No word that were changing. There were emotions that spiraled out of control. A tension, a bitterness, a secret that may have come to light. And now, something has shifted in the health of someone you love, and you might not have connected the dots until now. But Archangel Michael sees everything. Nothing escapes the watch of the divine. Their body is showing signs: fatigue that doesn't go away, sleep that doesn't heal, a persistent pain that doesn't explain itself. Their spirit is growing tired. They've tried to keep it to themselves, hiding the gravity of what they feel inside. But Archangel Michael says it cannot stay hidden anymore. You are the one being called. Not a doctor first, not a friend, not a neighbor. You remember what your spirit felt last week. That quiet heaviness. That moment where the silence around you felt louder than thunder. That wasn't your imagination. That was the alarm in the spirit, calling your soul to attention. You were being summoned to intercede, to pray, to reach out. But now, the time to delay has passed. This is the moment. This is the urgent hour. You felt it even in your sleep, the dreams, the interruptions, the images that didn't make sense. You thought it was just anxiety or stress. But it was more. It was the divine trying to whisper to you that something had gone wrong in your spiritual atmosphere. A hand had touched something that was never meant to be touched. An act occurred that opened a spiritual consequence, and now a loved one is affected. And here's what you must know. The power to shift this lies in your response. This message reached you not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because if you open your mouth and speak the prayer that you are being led to pray, if you lift your heart and cry out on their behalf, if you go to the place of mercy with urgency, healing can be released. You have been given that spiritual authority because you are the gatekeeper of this family's turning point. There is still time. has not gone too far, but the window is narrow. They won't tell you how bad it feels. They will smile. They will carry on. They will pretend just to not burden you. But you must be spiritually awake. You must look beyond the surface. You must see the signs, the sudden quietness, the lack of appetite, the sighing that comes without explanation. This is your moment to become their spiritual covering. Last Friday's moment opened a crack. It was emotional. It was spiritual. It was serious. Maybe you were there. Maybe you heard it. Maybe you felt it in your chest when it happened. It was the moment the storm began brewing in silence. And now, the results are no longer hidden. God says, pay attention now. Do not delay. You must do what you are being led to do, even if it means breaking your pride or revisiting a painful conversation. You were not meant to ignore this message. You are meant to act. Archangel Michael has stood beside this loved one's bed. They cried last night. Not just physically, but their soul cried. They reached for help in the spirit, and heaven heard. That is why this message is here. That is why you must read until the end. Because healing is waiting, but obedience is the key that unlocks it. Someone once said to you that you are too emotional, that you feel too deeply. But that was never a flaw, it was your divine sensitivity. Your heart was crafted to hear what others ignore. That's why you feel this weight so heavily. That's why you sense something is not right even before the phone rings. That's why you're the one being chosen right now to carry the mantle of intercession. There are generational things trying to repeat themselves. But you are the interruption. This illness, this affliction, this sudden health spiral, it was not supposed to fall on this person. But because of what occurred last Friday, the spiritual covering was weakened. And now, the weight has fallen on them. You must stand in the gap. The heavens are watching. The earth is waiting. Your life is in a valley, and your voice is the cry that can lift them from it. Your silence could prolong it. Your prayer could join it. Your obedience could shift everything. You may be afraid. You may feel unprepared. You may doubt your own voice. But trust this. The one who formed you for this moment is with you. The same spirit that moved through prophets of old now waits on your agreement. You don't need eloquent words. You just need a surrendered heart. Whisper their name tonight. Place your hand over your heart and call their healing down from heaven. Speak restoration over their body. Rebuke the open door. Seal it with your prayer. They may not know you're praying. They may never even understand what you did for them. But healing will come. Signs will begin to reverse. Energy will return. Strength will rise. The color will come back to their face. That lingering symptom will begin to fade. Because heaven heard the cry of the one who cared enough to believe. Someone said recently, I feel like something is off. That wasn't random. That was confirmation. You were meant to act. Don't ignore what your soul already knows. Archangel Michael is still waiting, standing by, ready to war on your behalf. But your prayer is the invitation that opens the gates for him to move. Do not wait another day. What happened last Friday was not just a bad moment. It was a marker. It marked a turning point. And now you must respond with urgency, but also with faith. You were always meant to be the one who notices, the one who prays, the one who heals through love, the one who breaks the cycle, the one who saves them not with hands but with heart. The illness is real. but so is the healing. The affliction is active, but so is the anointing. The clock is ticking, but so is the miracle. There are divine forces ready to move, but they are waiting on your yes. So go now. Cry out. Say their name. Speak healing. Open the spiritual floodgates. Let your love be the fire that drives your intercession. Don't think twice. Don't overanalyze. Don't question the voice that led you here. Your family is depending on a moment like this, and this moment is now. Open this message in your spirit. Let it enter your heart. Let the divine instructions settle in you. Because someone in your family is gravely ill, and it all began after what happened last Friday. Archangel Michael warns you, you must not delay. This is the hour where heaven stands on tiptoe, watching your next move. And when you move in love, when you move in obedience, when you move in bold faith, healing will break forth like the morning sun. This is your calling. This is your assignment. You have been chosen, and you are ready. Now go. Go in prayer. Go in faith. Go in trust. It is not too late, but it must be now. Let it begin. My child, this message for you is sacred, whispered not just by wind or prophecy, but by the breath of heaven itself. Something is unfolding in the realm you cannot see, yet you have felt it in your spirit, those silent trembles in the night, the uneasy moments where your soul whispered to you, something is not right. You have been walking through your days with a strange pressure resting on your chest, and perhaps you did not know what it meant. But now the veil lifts, and the truth begins to pour out like oil from a broken jar. Last Friday was not just a day on the calendar. It was a turning point in the unseen. The spiritual realm watched as a decision was made, as a line was crossed. Someone in your family has fallen beneath a cloud, and it did not begin with sickness, it began with a choice, with an agreement made in silence, with something that was done or said or ignored. And now, as you read this, the cry from the heavens has reached your heart. Archangel Michael warns you he has been trying to reach you for days, for dreams you brushed off, through coincidences that weren't coincidences at all, through the faces of strangers who seemed to know your name without speaking it. You've seen the numbers repeating. You've noticed time slowing when you thought of that specific person in your family. This is not imagination. This is intervention. The illness is not just in the body, it is spiritual. It is emotional. It is the kind that can consume a life from the inside out if it is not addressed. And the one who is carrying it does not even know how deep it goes. Their smile may still be visible, their words may still sound strong, but something broke last Friday, and you felt it. You didn't know what to name it, but your spirit grieved before your mind understood why. Now you must listen. Do not delay, do not set this message aside. There is a reason this reached you in this moment. If you had seen it yesterday, your heart would not have been ready. If you waited until tomorrow, it might already be too far. You are standing at the divine edge of intervention. The hand of mercy is stretched out not only to save the one who is sick, but to bring healing to your entire bloodline. You come from a line of people who have survived much. There has been pain woven into your family like threads in an ancient garment. Promises unfulfilled, joy postponed, love expressed too late. And you, yes, you were chosen as the one who would interrupt that cycle. That is why it has been so hard for you. That is why your road has felt heavier than those around you. You were never meant to carry the easy path. You were built for breakthrough. This is about more than sickness. This is about alignment. about setting right what has been wrong for generations. Someone you love is quietly suffering, and they will not say it aloud. But Archangel Michael has seen the tears they cry when no one is watching. He has stood at the foot of their bed, praying on their behalf, fighting off shadows that tried to settle where light once lived. And now you are being summoned. You must pray. Not later. Not casually. Not when it's convenient. You must pray with fire in your mouth and love in your eyes. The kind of prayer that parts atmospheres. The kind of prayer that breaks invisible chains. You must intercede, because your words are powerful, and your presence is healing. Even when you feel broken, you are medicine to the people God placed in your life. The message is urgent not because of fear, but because of destiny. This is a turning point. And if you listen, if you open your heart and move, when you feel that stirring inside, you will not only help save the one who is unwell, but you will trigger blessings that have been stored for decades. Blessings that your grandparents prayed for. Blessings that belong to you. Remember the moment, not long ago, when you felt a sudden wave of sadness come over you without any reason. It was the moment they got worse. The soul connection between you and this person is real. They have thought of you lately. They've whispered your name in prayer, even if they don't know how to pray. You are tied together by a cord of divine assignment. And now you must act. Go back to what you know is true. Light a candle. Speak blessings over them by name. Walk through your home and declare that no sickness, physical, spiritual, emotional, has permission to stay. Say their name out loud and call healing to rise in them like the morning sun. Speak as if your words build ladders between heaven and earth, because they do. You are not reading this by accident. You were led here, guided, shielded, protected from the distractions that would have caused you to miss this message. The person who is ill may not even tell you. They may hide it as they always have. But you will know. You already do. And something strange is about to happen, something only you will notice. A phone call out of nowhere. A conversation that feels loaded with things unsaid. A moment where they hesitate, where they almost tell you what's really going on. When that happens, don't brush it off. Sit still. Listen. Ask again. Let them know you are there. Because your presence might be the invitation they need to begin healing. There's still time. But time is not endless. That is why this message burns like fire in your chest. That is why the urgency feels louder than all other noise. It is not to frighten you, it is to wake you. This is your moment to rise, to take up the spiritual mantle you were born to carry. You may not feel ready, but you are. Do not underestimate how powerful your love is. Do not dismiss the fire inside you. The one who is ill has always needed someone who sees them. And you have always seen what others pretend not to. You notice the shaking hand beneath the calm words. You sense the anxiety behind the smile. And now all of that sensitivity has a purpose. You were chosen for them. They are part of your calling. And though they may have hurt you before, though there may be years of silence between you, none of it changes the truth. You are the bridge, the healer, the safe place, and your voice in prayer can shake the heavens. You may feel alone right now, but you are not. The Archangel stands near you, and in the silence, in the stillness, you will feel the warmth around your shoulders. That is not imagination. That is divine presence. That is reassurance. You are covered. You are guided. You are enough. This journey will require you to trust what you cannot prove. to love even when you're not loved back, to speak healing over someone who may never say thank you. But this is not about recognition. This is about purpose, about what you were born to do. Last Friday changed something, but what happened the next that is still being written? Your actions today hold the pen. Your prayers are rewriting the pages of tomorrow. And soon, very soon, you will see a sign, a change, a shift. Maybe they will call you, or maybe you will hear from someone else that their condition turned unexpectedly, that they improved, that something invisible lifted, and you will know. You will know it was you. Your obedience, your love, your willingness to listen and to act. Hold on to this message. Let it move you. Let it wake up every sleepy part of your spirit. Let it stir up your boldness again. You were never meant to live a small, quiet life. You were designed to be a voice, a light, a balm to the aching. And now your moment has come. Speak their name. Pray. Love. Jawad. It's not too late, but it will be if you do not move. Something beautiful is waiting on the other side of your obedience. You may not see it yet, but heaven has already started to pour out the oil. Restoration is coming. Healing is beginning. And it starts with you. God says, the fire inside of you was not placed there by mistake. You were born for such a time as this. The one who is ill is part of your assignment. And as you lift them in prayer, I will lift you. As you cover them, I will cover you. The very thing meant to bring sorrow will be transformed into a river of blessing. Do not be afraid. I am with you. I am guiding you. And I will not let your love be wasted. Not a single tear, not a single word of prayer will go unheard. You are seen. You are chosen. You are ready. So now go. Do what only you can do. And watch what I will do through you. This message is for you. Open it with your whole heart before it's too late. The time is now. The healing has already begun. The heavens are listening. You are not alone. You never were. God says you have been feeling it in your spirit, haven't you? A heaviness that came upon your house so suddenly, like a fog that rolled in quietly, but did not leave. You thought it was just worry, just a passing shadow. But I am here to tell you what you are feeling is real. Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention, knocking gently on the doors of your dreams, brushing against your soul with the soft wind of warning. Someone in your family is gravely ill, and it all began after what happened last Friday. That moment you brushed off as nothing, it was not nothing. It was the turning point. Open this message before it's too late, for within it lies the key to what has been hidden from your eyes. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Do not fear the unknown, because the one who knows all is already walking ahead of you. He is parting waters. He is breaking chains you didn't even see wrapped around your household. He is lifting the veil from the faces that smiled but silently carried burdens of secrets. This message is for you, not for someone else, not a coincidence. Heaven has appointed this moment for you to awaken and understand what has been happening right under your roof. God says, I see the one whose eyes have grown dim with weariness, whose body aches but dares not speak. I see the family member whose soul has been crying out, and you've been hearing those cries in your dreams. You've been feeling a weight of their suffering without knowing why. That is not your imagination. That is the whisper of the Holy Spirit urging you to look deeper. There is something spiritual going on that you cannot see with natural eyes. Open this message now, because healing begins the moment truth enters in. Finally, God is exposing. He is not exposing to shame, but to heal. He is not revealing to punish, but to redeem. Something happened last Friday, something small in the natural, but huge in the spirit. Words were spoken that carried weight. Actions were taken that shifted atmosphere. And from that point on, the illness began to grow, like a shadow stretching longer as the sun sets. Archangel Michael saw it. He wept. And now he is sounding the alarm. Don't delay. Someone needs your intercession. Someone needs your voice lifted in prayer. Someone's healing is tied to your obedience. God says, do not be afraid. I have already released angels to surround your family. I have already sent healing into motion. But I need your cooperation. I need your faith. I need you to believe that this is not random, not meaningless, not something to scroll past. This is your invitation to step into spiritual authority. This is your divine moment. Open your heart fully and heal if you must. Speak their name in prayer. Call them. Be there, because your presence will be like oil poured over their wounds. The enemy has tried to keep this hidden. He has tried to keep your heart distracted. But God is pulling back the curtain now. The truth is coming into the light. This message is more than words, it is a lifeline. The illness is real, but the healing is also real. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not without help. Heaven is backing you, and your prayers are more powerful than you know. God says you've asked for a sign. This is it. You asked for confirmation. You have it. Stop running from the feeling you had in your chest for days. That tightness, that urgency, that restlessness, it's not anxiety. It's revelation. I am showing you what the enemy tried to keep hidden. And I am giving you the strength to do what must be done. Go to them. Love them. Pray over them. Be the vessel of healing I want to use. This message is for you. Not tomorrow, not someday now. Archangel Michael is standing by your side, waiting to deliver a miracle, but the door must be opened by faith. Lift your voice. Lift your heart. And say aloud, God, I trust you. I believe you are healing my family. I receive this message. Finally, God is exposing. Open this now before it's too late. Don't let the moment pass. The one you love is waiting. And heaven is closer than you think. If you believe in God, type Amen.